Go now to our legal panel on all this. Former homicide prosecutor Matt Murphy and Misty Marris, trial attorney and legal analyst. I've got to think, Misty, that surveillance video, played a crucial role in the quick arrest in this case.
Absolutely. Once the video is out there, it's going to be really quick to identify the individual and then get a beat on where that individual lives. And we heard pretty quickly after that surveillance video went public that police were looking at someone in the neighborhood. They held off on identifying that individual until he was arrested. However, it seems that they had a suspect. They were looking at somebody right away.
Yeah, Matt, you can hear another woman off camera in the surveillance video calling out to the suspect, saying, Brian, stop, trying to stop him. So clearly they had a name, they had a lead and a witness who might have cooperated?
That's right. And it turns out his home was actually very close to where the stabbing was.
Do we know anything about why, like, what precipitated this? I mean, this is so oddly random.
Well, there's, number one, he's only 18, so we don't know anything about his criminal history at all or his mental health history.
Right.
But depending on which story you listen to or what you read, it looks like he might have gotten in some sort of argument with the young woman that's also on the tape, and he was angry over that.
Wait, the young woman who was with the victim?
That's right. She knew him, and one of the stories says that she was, they were in some sort of argument that precipitated his anger, which is when he ran into them. But at this point, we just don't know. There's a lot of rumors, and when the evidence comes out in court, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it was his girlfriend, apparently. He had gotten into a fight with her before. So I would expect defense attorneys, I don't think he's going to be speaking, but defense attorneys are going to be looking at his mental state. Did he have a history of mental health? There was a statement by police that said somebody with mental health issues is being identified as a potential perpetrator in this crime. So did he have a fight with his girlfriend that then put him in this situation where he was emotionally just distraught, has mental health issues? We can expect that to be a primary defense with respect to the intent that needs to be established in this case.
Yeah, but it's not a defense for murder.
No, it's a defense with respect to the intent element. It could mitigate it. It's not an affirmative defense like the way insanity is. It's a different analysis.
Right. The case really plays out on the tape. I mean, he clearly has an intent to kill this man.
Somebody, or, you know, there's nobody else on the street at that hour. So.
Oh, yeah, and I don't think ID is even an issue at this. It's a pretty clear clip that they get. It's his face. I'm sure that young woman cooperated with the police. She identifies his name. He lives nearby. This is going to be, like Missy said, the defense will try to run some sort of mens rea attack. In other words, attacking his ability to form the intent to kill. I don't see that going anywhere in this case. Where it may come in, however, is when sentencing comes around, it'll be argued as a factor in mitigation if he, in fact, has mental health problems.
Right, and they look at that in order to say, when you go to trial with criminal culpability, there's what's called lesser included offenses. So right now he's charged with murder 2. A defense attorney is going to argue jury because of these issues should find him guilty of a lesser included offense, and that's the way it will play out.
Finally, lastly, his age. You mentioned, Matt, that he's 18 years old. We don't know what any kind of juvenile history of crime, if there is one.
That's right.
Or mental health history. So
right.
Do those records become unsealed in a case like this?
Well, the prosecution will have access to those, so they will know. But because he was a juvenile when it was committed in virtually every state in the United States, those are basically not public, and they will probably remain sealed unless they become pertinent during the trial itself.
Such a sad story. I mean,
totally
this
random.
man was, you know,
brutal.
dedicated to social justice reform and...
Right. I mean, this is... Like,
to be killed like this?
The thing about this video is it's a completely random, brutal act of violence, and what's unique is people see this murder happen. This is what murder looks like, and knives are incredibly dangerous, as we know. I mean, people have been killing each other with knives long before the gun was ever invented, and this is what they look like. This is when they come in as a nothing thing with no media on them. This is what you see when you open up a file as a homicide prosecutor. And the grief that family is going through is a human universal. Every family deals with this when they have a loved one that's taken from them.
And particularly as New Yorkers, our heart goes out.
Yeah, it's terrible.
All right, Matt, Misty, thanks so much. And thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.